What a lovely autumn afternoon it is to be sitting on the banks of the Ovens River and drowning some bait in the hope of catching a yellow belly.
Hey you!
You're watching Robbie Fishing. Now I've come down to one of my favourite spots on the lower Ovens River. I'm going to be doing a bit of bait fishing and I'm going to be using special hooks. They're called Tru Turn hooks and I'll tell you more about them shortly. I'm going to have two rods in the water, one with worms and one with yabbies. I'm bait fishing with yabbies and worms. The worms are to try and catch anything, and the yabbies, well, they're a small to medium sized yabby in the hope that they might catch a Murray cod or a yellow belly. Now I'll get my my lines in and then I'll tell you about these hooks. Right, line number one is a paternoster rig with a really small sinker the size of a pea and a couple of Jan Juck worms. I'm just going to lob that out just a little bit. About there, should be plenty far enough. Right, yeah, it's taken me a while because I had a few technical difficulties, but now I've got my yabby rod ready to go. It's a paternoster rig. It's much more weight. It's a heavier sinker, and I've got a bigger hook, and I've got it's another Tru Turn hook, and I've got a quite a decent sized yabby on there. But I reckon it's small enough that a yellow belly would happily hit it, and a cod will certainly hit it too. Now let's have a look at these Tru Turn hooks. Quick story, when I was a young bloke, when I was a kid back in the 80s and the 90s, there were these hooks called Tru Turn hooks, and my dad really liked them, but I haven't heard of them for years. And then recently I was fishing and I grabbed the hook out of my tackle box and it was a Tru Turn hook, and I said in the video, oh cool, it's a Tru Turn hook. Many of you might not have heard of these. I don't even know whether you can still get them anymore. Sure enough, quite a few people had heard of them, a few people liked them, and my friend Peter Hipwell hadn't just heard of them, but he knew where he could get some at a shop in Echuca. So he put a few in a container here. He sent a few to my mail time. He put a little container here together here with some hooks and sinkers on it. In it, I'll take my camera off my head and we'll have a look. Now Pete got these at Echuca Camping and Fishing, 592 High Street, Echuca. These guys sell Tru Turn hooks. These, I'll get the bigger ones, they'll be a bit easier to see. These are Tru Turn hooks. If I take one out of the bag, I don't know whether you'll be able to see it properly or not here. I don't know whether you can see it here or not, but yeah, I can see that. Halfway up the shank, it takes a 45-degree angle to the left and then back up straight again. It's like the eye is on a different, isn't in line with the point of the hook. They're called a Tru Turn hook. I'm not sure exactly what the design, why they're designed like that. We'll have a read of the packet. I assume it's to something to do with trying to increase hookup rates. So that would be my guess. But I'll put this hook back in here if I can get it in there with one hand. Tru Turns are recommended by the US Army for military survival kits, invented by World War II veteran John Campbell. Earth-friendly finish actually deteriorates during use. So in other words, they're designed to actually break down and deteriorate. So if you get snagged and leave them on the bottom, they shouldn't stay there forever. They should break down. Awesome. Anyway, can I catch a fish on the Tru Turn hooks? Well, I've been fishing for exactly 1 hour. I've had a lot of nibbles from shrimp. I'm getting another one now. My worm rod is constantly bouncing up and down really fast. No fish bites yet, and the yabby's probably died of boredom. He's just resting exactly where I put him an hour ago. This is the one, this is the one, this is the one. Got him! It is the one! It's a carp. I've been getting so many shrimp bites. I'll tell you what, it actually feels like a cod, but it's got to be a carp. Gee whiz, whatever it is, it's got some weight. I want to see it. I better not lose this fish without seeing it. Now it's swim back towards me a bit. It's got to be a carp. Then again, look where it's going. Why is it going into all those trees, these roots and stuff? I want to see this fish before I lose it, or I reckon it's a carp. I've never known a cod to sort of fight like that. It's up near the surface. Saw a bit of colour. I saw a bit of colour. Certainly didn't bite like a cod. It's got to be a big old carp. If it was a cod, it wouldn't have come back out here into the open. Whatever it is, it's big. It's a big something. It's a big carp. Not even as big as I sort of thought. Very fit. One thing I've noticed about the carp in the Ovens River, when I catch carp in other places, quite often they're sort of skinny and sometimes they're sort of sick looking, but in the Ovens here, they're always really healthy. Fat and healthy. It's quite a size. I've been saved from a fishless trip by a carp. It's funny. This is the one, this is the one, this is the one. Even my underwater camera, I think, didn't work. That was didn't seem to be. I've had a quick look at it on the back of the camera, and looks like it was just facing straight into a muddy rock or a muddy bank or something. This is quite a big carp. Yeah, it's big, big, big. I might try and get a measurementation if I can. Just got to keep my eye on the my other rod. I think the yabby that's on there is getting a bit bored down there, but the moment I take my eye off it will be the moment that a fish pulls it in. Alright, come on, that's big. That is quite big. Oh, it's got to be mid-60s, I reckon. That's in the net. Oh, it's heavy. That weighs a ton, that fish. I almost need a crane to lift it out of the water. That's a huge carp. Big. That fish is a beast. Someone called me a beast once in the YouTube comments. They said, Robbie, why are you so a beast? I think they meant obese, but they said, why are you so a beast? It is 68. I'm going to go with 68. 68 very, very fat centimetres. What a beast. Well, the old Tru Turn hook. I've only had one bite from a fish and it hooked up, so hey, that's 100% strike rate. Well, I don't know whether you'd call that a fish or a whale. It wasn't the longest carp I've ever caught, but gee whiz, it was fat. For anybody wondering, my biggest carp ever is 78 centimetres. I've caught 3 that size. 2 of them were sort of pretty lean, and one of them was really big and fat like that one. And it took me quite a while to get it in, and I caught it on a yabby tail. It's on my channel. I filmed it. I was going to call this video Fishing with Tru Turn Hooks, but I haven't quite gathered enough data to come to a conclusion as to whether they're any good. I only caught 1 fish, so I'll be trying them again pretty soon. Folks, I've had a very relaxing afternoon. The fishing was slow, but I was saved by a monster mud marlin. Thank you all very much for watching.